Hi, amazing artists. It's Mrs. Blair. I'm really excited about our project this week. First, let's look at what's our purpose for today. Let's look at our objective. It is to create an art piece using 1-point perspective. Our icon statements include define 1-point perspective, a focal point, creating an art piece using 1-point perspective, and finally showing craftsmanship. So right now you're probably like, Mrs. Blair, I'm not really sure what 1-point perspective is. So I'm going to show you our example. If you look very close at this, all right, hopefully you see this part of the object is closer to you. And this part right here is further away. So this is what we call our focal point. Sometimes, depending on what type of project we're making, we could also call it the vanishing point. But for this, I'm going to say focal point. The purpose of 1-point perspective, get it? That's the point, is that it looks like things are closest to us and things get smaller as they get further away. It's kind of based on, remember last year where we did foreground, middle ground, and background? It all ties into that. So again, our 1-point perspective has one focal point, and the purpose is that it looks like things are closest to us and things get further away. So you have that sense of depth or space. Stay tuned and I'm going to show you step by step how to create our 1-point perspective project. Alrighty, so now we're ready to gather our supplies for our project that is based on 1-point perspective. So what you will need is a piece of paper and you will need a pencil. You can have a straight edge, which would be a ruler, an envelope, anything that has a straight edge that you can trace, or you can freehand it. I'm going to use a black marker so you can see it right away. And later you're going to want to probably outline your lines that you create with a pencil using a marker. It doesn't have to be Sharpie, but that's what I had at home. So the very first thing you're going to need to do on your paper is draw that focal point. And it's as simple as a dot. So this is where all of your shapes are going to go to. Those lines are all going to come to this focal point. The next step is you can just draw some random shapes around. All right. So it could be squares. I find for this project, it's easiest if it's something that has edges or points to it. So then maybe I'm going to draw a triangle here. I can have another shape right here. And some of them can be bigger, some of them can be smaller. All right. And now comes the fun part. So let me put my paper straight again. Any of the points that can need to go to the focal point. So for example, straight line, straight line. I can't do these points because they would run through the shape. So again, it gets the idea that your square started here and you pulled it out all the way over here. Okay, so once you do it for this shape, you can start doing it for the rest. And again, I can't do it from these 2 points because it would run through my shape. Now I also can do it for my triangle. All right, let's see. This one, you can do a really small line. So now that means you can see more than just one side of that shape. And again, you have this going right here, very thin line. So everything is returning to that focal point. And then once you get some of your shapes done, you may look and say, wow, this is awesome. But I would like some more shapes where I see more than just two of like one side. So again, I'm moving my paper so you can see it a little bit better. And I'm going to bring a shape out to here. And what if I bring a big triangle right here? All right. So my question is, what do I do next? That's correct. All of the points need to come to the focal point that can. All right. Even this point goes right there. Alrighty. I can do the same right here. And this, my friends, is the easiest way, and I don't want to go through that shape, so I stop right there, to make it look like it is coming out at you. You can use the rest of the time to add your patterns and designs to the sides of your shapes. That just makes it look like it has a little bit more detail, a little bit more fun to look at. You can spend the rest of your time adding those patterns and designs, and voila, you're done. And what an easy way to show your focal point and 1 point perspective. I cannot wait to see what you all create.